Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. Me, Matt. 2v2 for you all here on Canal Parks. Well, actually 1v1, my bad. 1v1 on Canal Parks. For the players, we have an Eastern Front battle. We have Nubby Gups as the Soviet Union without a commander choice yet. And Mudo as the Waffen-SS, also without a commander choice yet. First we'll see what each other is going first of all before they decide. I imagine I'll at least try and set up a front line first of all. Never know. Well, sometimes some commanders can be very handy to pick early because you get access to a cheaper unit. Like especially in the Waffen-SS's case. Interesting to see. Canal Park is like a 1v1 map that was designed by Rachel, I think? I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was made by Rachel. Rachel's made a fair few maps, as I understand. Definitely a very good looking map, though. I really like it. Meant to be like set in the Benelux area, in the Netherlands, Belgium kind of area. I suppose this is on the Eastern Front instead, so it's not the Benelux, obviously. Probably some place in Eastern Germany, or might even be in Poland. You never know. So it's just splitting up with their conscripts, grabbing territory. Good to see. Germans don't have that connection point to their fuel yet. And first shots have started being firing. Soviets are going for their fuel now. I think the Germans are going to get some fuel first thanks to that cutoff point. Still, I think the Soviets do have a little bit more territory than they would have expected early on. Even in munitions point, which the Germans don't even have yet. It's going to help them get some more weapons early, I think. But Sturmgrenadiers are moving into the park now. Sturmgrenadiers sitting up behind this heavy cover. Just keeping an eye towards the direction of the Soviets. Sturmgrenadiers going here on the flank. Force the Soviets to move around. Conscripts are going to try and overrun these Sturmgrenadiers alongside the Sappers. Oh, that's not good for the Sturmgrenadiers. Indeed, they're falling back. They don't want to risk losing those guys. Sturmgrenadiers are very costly to lose early. And this guy allowed the Soviets to get another munitions point. We have a third Sturmgrenadier coming in, so it looks like Muro's boys are getting a lot of infantry on the field first. It's not a bad idea. Sturmgrenadiers are just very costly, but they are very good infantry if they are kept at range. Like as you can see there, they're just mowing down those conscripts. Now they have to pull back because the Soviets are getting closer. The closer the Soviets get, the better it's going to be for the Soviets. Molotov going out as well. Those Sturmgrenadiers have to move. Got some Sturmgrenadiers on the flank here now. I think the Soviets want to get out of that area. Indeed, the Sappers might die here. Indeed, mowed down in the middle of the road by the Sturm Pioneers. That's going to be an opening that the Germans can take big advantage of. Good play with the Sturmgrenadiers there. Ensuring that they don't get into a bad position. MG34 coming up as well. Looks like they're not going to do an early attack up on MG42. MG34 is still very reliable. It can do most of the work the MG42 can. We have a squad of Frontoviki around now, which are professional Soviet infantry, which can definitely take the fight to some units. Oh, yeah, and looks like the Sturm Pioneers decide they don't want to take that fight with the Frontoviki. Good to see the Frontoviki being utilized. Maxim coming out here for the Soviet Union. And another conscript as well. Sturmgrenadiers are just holding up behind sandbags and waiting for new orders. So we're moving up towards the Soviet fuel, I imagine. You have a tank hunter who sniped one with a PTRS. That's going to force the Sturmgrenadiers back. They don't want to risk losing more members. Maxim is sitting up here. Ooh, that's a very risky move for this tank hunter. Looks like it might have paid off here. Sturmgrenadiers are falling back. And tank hunters falling back as well. So far, both players have been very good at their retreatings to ensure they don't take too many casualties, but the Soviets did lose a lot down here in a short amount of time, as we saw. But the Soviets can make a comeback from this a lot easier than the Waffen-SS could. Simply because Soviets have more manpower to work with. US MG34 gonna set up, probably to cover the north here. But when I'm being called, bad timing. My apologies, I just got a call there about some stuff you probably should not worry about. It's about my own potential employment in a flex job thing. But anyway, let's get back to the cast here. MD34 sitting up here. We might have lost a few seconds here, but I don't think you'll mind. Now they have the Germans pushing up very aggressively here, trying and get closer to his Fontaviki. Still no command choice for either player. EPM being equipped to the Fontaviki, which is going to make them a lot better at holding this line. Maxim also coming up here from the Soviet Union. Looks like we have an MD34 handed out to some of the Sturmgrenadier. And just because some cover got destroyed, that means that we're easy to hit. That does happen. Some cover is destroyable, especially light cover. Especially just the bullets. The Germans, I think, have enough units here nearby. Oh, that's not looking good for the Sturmgrenadier. But conscripts suck at aiming, so... Now the MG42 is going to start ripping into them. We are not looking... That's not a good position for the service spear, I think. Sandbags destroyed and the MG42 is ripping into them. Maxim coming up though. And immediately suppressing the Sturmgrenadiers, force them back. And the 34 up here behind the car. But a very good position there actually. Sturmgrenadiers on the flank of the Maxim. And the Sturmpioneers also getting shots in. Well, Maxim managed to rip into the Sturmgrenadiers though. And that's a cleared Maxim. Yep. Sturmpioneers are pushing up, but I don't think they want to grab that at the moment. A little bit risky. It's also out in the open, and the Soviets are coming out again. So they just shot the wounded Soviet on the ground there, crawling. Also a wounded Soviet here behind the sandbags. Here comes the Soviets, and the Sturmpioneers immediately run back after that. They don't want to risk taking that fight any further. Once a big game. Oh, Conscious might grab the Maxim. Yeah, generally agree to do with the conscripts. We also have a mortar coming out here for the Soviet Union. Yeah, I think a pack arriving here for the Waffen-SS. Looks like it's John Muller Pack 40. The Sturmgrenadiers are coming up here, but they... Von Zwiege do have their sandbags up. And with DPM, you don't want to engage them frontally immediately. At least not run into them. Ooh, that's a bad thing for the Sturmgrenadiers. Looks like they dodged most of the fire coming their way, actually. Wonder when we're gonna see commander picks. And mortar moving out here for the Soviet Union now, which is going to give them some more fire support abilities. Conscripts are charging. Being suppressed by the MG42. Grenade assault going out. But they get pinned. And then the Fontaviki is moving up to finish them off, but they're running back. The Soviets have saved their flank there for a bit. I guess the mortar's going to try and target the MG44 up here, which is waiting. It's been put into ambush mode, but not been ordered to hold fire. Guess they just want the wide coverage of the fire. We have a tech-up truck. Oh, and we have SS Panzer picked here for Muro. We might see some heavy weapons. Oh, an MP40 is being handed out for cheap here to the Sturmgrenadiers. MG42 and MP40 is a really good combination for the Sturmgrenadiers, by the way. Allows them to be effective at long range, able to suppress, and also be good at close range with the MP40s. Even accurate on the move, because I believe it's actually fairly accurate on the move as well. Just need to get them up, and it's also a very cheap upgrade. Only 20 munitions for it. Smoke shells, but the MG34 has already moved. Oh, but the conscripts managed to get around. Not good for the machine gun. Forcing it back. More MP4 is handed out to the Sturmpioneers, throwing a great assault there. I just appreciate seeing MP40s actually being utilized here. It's a really good submachine gun that's so underappreciated. I think some players are warming up to it now to realize how useful it is. We also have a command choice here. Looks like it is tank. Panzer versus tank. Okay. So we have the two big shots here with a lot of armored vehicles potentially in late game. Who and these Storm Grenadiers have not been upgraded with any equipment yet. Throwing a Nebel. Trying to run. Maxim up here covering the orphan point now. The Germans are not going to have an easy time taking that fuel this time, I think.
Crew, stand ready.
Oh, these guys don't have MP40 yet, but they still have an LMG-42.
Regimental HQ for mechanized units will be here.
NG-34 running to the front line. Sit up here behind the sandbags. Where's the rest of the team?
Incoming fire!
There they come. They come. They're only a little bit slow. So they decide to just stand out on the road. Pack 40 moving around. There's no real vehicles to target yet, so you can best just keep it in reserve, I think. We almost have the light vehicle headquarters for the Germans. Oh, we have guards coming out here for the Soviet Union. Looks like it's going to be motor guards. Really good basic infantry you can get as tank. That's good for most roles, depending on how you equip them. We do have a command F1 arriving here for the Panzer Division, which could definitely help. Storm Grenadiers moving into the park here with MP40s and LMG-42. Maxim is keeping the Storm Grenadiers unable to move up here. Now the MP40s will make the Russians hesitate to get closer, I think. And MG42 should allow them to get a lot of fire down range. They can just stay behind heavy cover here. They are targeting down the Fontaviki, I think, which they scored with the DPM. Which honestly is the biggest threat. Yeah, but I think the MG42s are slowly just winning here. F1 pushed up here. We just saw Tucker Union into an F1. But we do have the Sys gun. Doesn't penetrate. And Panzer F1 is pushing back. Oh boy. Germans are quickly spreading out here to secure and keep a hold of the park again. We have a Dushka machine gun now being prepared by the Soviet Union. A 50 caliber Soviet machine gun.
There are no cowards here.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
E-3476 coming out now. Very cheap if you're playing as tank, as you can see. Only 55 fuel.
Re-establish our supply lines.
It's a very cheap vehicle. And even the F1 is going to have trouble against the T-3476, I think. But Germans are securing a lot of the ground now. Oh, suppressing with the MG42, making the motor guards have to crawl back. Motor guards have been equipped with double DPM though, makes them very good long-range support infantry. This gun's be used as artillery pieces. The Soviets just got overrun the Storm Grenadiers. They immediately falling back, realize they cannot hold this. Yeah, just falling back is a good idea at that point. There's lots of Soviet infantry in this part of the flank. It is kind of the advantage of the conscripts. They're so cheap, you can just have a lot of them out. Here's the T-3476 in winter camouflage. I do like the red star. Very nice look to it. Although I don't think it's the best urban camouflage. When those Storm Grenadiers being hit by double DPM, that's not going to be good for them. And immediately they're falling back. Smoke shells landing around the front line. And the service is gonna push through the center because of it. Quickly setting up sandbags and pushing up further. And here's the motor guards with a double DPM. That's definitely gonna provide a lot of support fire. Throwing a smoke grenade as well. I like that the smoke grenades now fizzle up. Keep it moving around per pack and get a shot, a side shot. Oh, barely. Oh, doesn't penetrate. And but the T-34 is not moving. But the pack is falling back apparently. I guess the Germans realize they cannot hold this part of the flank at the moment. So we have full MP40s here on the Storm Pioneers apart from one guy with a Kar-98. But that's a lot of MP40. Oh, F1 is in trouble. Oh, penetration! Oh, and it actually wins because of its higher rate of fire. Like, if you want to fight the F1, stay at range with a T-34. Don't get closer. You have a bigger gun. Oh, there's a mine there. Completely missed that.
Standing by. Orders complete. Standing by.
Yeah, the F1 has a very high rate of fire because of its snub-nose gun. Always remember that.
Lay footings for Panzer HQ.
Also, we have full Panzer HQ coming up here now for the Waffen-SS as they prepare the half-track. Pretty nice animation. You see him just packing it up all the necessary equipment. And we are fighting in the center with the Waffen-SS pushing up. Lots of MP40s and MT42s. Oh, mowing down that squad in seconds there. Yeah, also these points are no longer blocking infantry or vehicles, so you can just phase through the central points now in Spearhead, if you're wondering. Molotov, long range throw. More motor guards arriving here. They're being mowed down here by the MT42 and the MT34. The service is definitely starting to feel the pain now, with the Waffen-SS playing very well with the infantry. But Soviets do hold both fuels, but the Germans are threatening the southern fuel again. Oh, looks like the motor guards are gonna head southwards to deal with that. I like the motor guards' cloaks. Really, really nice look. But hopefully they can see each other. I think that might be the Storm Pioneers' advantage because they're going to be able to secure the point. But the Soviets still hold the northern point here finally. Artillery called in? Right around here by the looks of it. Ooh, and that kills the conscript. Oh, looks like the Pioneers were pushed off. Oh, there was a mine! Oh, very well played there from Muro. Muro likes to use the mines apparently. And the Storm Grenadier gets away, barely. Pioneers just suck at conscripts just suck at aiming, so don't expect them to hit retreating units that well. Panzer 4J coming up. So it's definitely having a little bit of tank issues at the moment. Fuel airdropped in to try and make up for that. Oh, they're going for late take-up. They might go for T-45s. Command F1 can capture territory. The Cis gun is slowly moving up there. But they're getting in range of this Storm Grenadier. So it's able to secure the southern point again. More motor guards coming around. Looks like the Nabigov is preparing for more motor guards simply as their base infantry, which is not a bad thing. They just cost a little bit more, but they generally are worth it because they're good infantry. People generally go for the double DPM, which is a good weapon for them, but personally, if I ever use them, I go for DPN plus SVTs, because I think the SVT is just very nice to have if the enemy gets closer. That's just my opinion, of course. But double DPM is very good. Don't get me wrong. As you can see, it mowed down that squad in seconds out in the open. And in cover-to-cover fight, I did think the double DPM is just far superior. But that is a Sturmgrenadier squad, so hard to tell who's gonna win that fight. Looks like the double DPMs might actually win it. Maxim with support as well, so they're definitely gonna win that. But we do have an MG42 coming up here. Panzer 4J moving on the southern flank. Odegaards are keeping the Sturm behind his pins. Here's the Panzer 4J, which does not arrive with high explosive shells, by the way. So it's not good at dealing with infantry, like the normal Panzer 4H is. And it looks like we have a T-4045A is called in. Unique call-in available to Soviet tank commander. Mortar doing smoke mortar stuff. F1 is forcing the conscripts back. So it's gonna take a while to get enough for 85. Actually, only 90 fuel if you're playing as tank. That's actually not bad at all. That's a surprisingly big power up for the T-4045. Only costing 90 fuel. Oh yeah, for the Panzer. Yeah, 90 for the Panzer 4J. Then the 85 is far superior. More fuel let rolled in, so we might actually see an 85 here shortly. Service can just get a lot of fuel from this if they want to grab it. Not sure how much fuel is in each. Suppose we can keep an eye out on it down here. Lots of MG firefights going up here. Oh, and that's a dead MG34. But Soviets are soon going to be able to get another 85 on the field to supplement the ace. When that happens, that's going to be a lot of pain for the Germans to deal with, I think. I don't think German Panzer's prepared. Yeah, 25 fuel in each? That's absolutely nuts. So, very soon they could get that at 85. They just need the manpower. F1 gets pushed back. It probably realizes what's about to happen. More Soviets moving onto the field.
We are losing territory.
Southern fuel is being threatened. Hag is in a good position here. Let's see the... Oh, it's attack rounds though. Heat shield loaded. Doesn't do too much. It destroys the cover though of the MG. And here's another 85. Odegaard's pushing up. I think they know where the pack is. And they realize what's about to happen. Get around the hedgerow though. And we have more Sturmgrenadiers holding down here. I think the Odegaards won that fight. Odegaards are doing a lot of work here though, but MG42 setting up. It has to reload. Broken going out. Oh, very good play there from the Soviets. The machine gun there can hit it. 85 needs to turn its gun. Smoke is in the way now. But the Soviets are securing a fair amount of ground. Now the Ace does not arrive with high explosive shields, it just has heat shields. But I think the normal 85 is gonna arrive with high explosives. But the Soviets are able to secure plenty of ground now. Looks like we're gonna see some SS Panzer Grenadiers coming in the field as well. As well as another pack. We also have some tank hunters. Or Panzerjägers, which can be upgraded for 60 manpower to get a Panzerschreck. Panzer 4J taken out, Panzerfaust being prepared. Oh, there's the Eagle Mine! Almost destroyed the 85 Ace. Overall, really good use of the mines there from the Germans. There's actually been a lot of issues for the Soviets, but unfortunately the 85 survived it. Barely. And I assume Grenadiers are going to be able to mount on these SIS teams. At least one of them, while the other one withdraws. All 85 is on the field. So we do not have a... Well, both sides actually don't have a lot of infantry at the moment. Oh, good shot there from the F1. That F1 has been so lucky with its penetrations. That 85 has to pull back for a moment. They could actually get a third 85. But they might be saving up for the IS-2 at this point, which I'd say is risky, but could work. Because the Germans are definitely going to have trouble getting to a heavy tank, I think. And they don't even have a Schwerarbeitteilung. Panzerabteilung. Be picking up that pack. Always a good idea. And now we have the Panzer Grenadiers. Picking up with some Sturmgewehrs and an MT-42. Here comes the Motor Guards though, which I don't think the the Panzer Grenadiers are prepared for. We do have grenade assaults. And they're throwing it towards one of the Motor Guards.
Engineers ready for assignment.
Managed to decap the fuel though. Germans are going for the southern fuel again. '85's nearby. Ooh, and that's a good shot there on the F1, destroying its engine and forcing the crew out. That's the power of the 85mm. Loading a heat shell, which is not really the best against infantry, but it works sometimes, I guess. Most of the crew actually survived the loss of the tank, so that's impressive. I think the Soviets are just going to deny it if they can get another shot at it. Nope, doesn't look like they're going to try and deny the vehicle entirely. Tiger tank is being prepared here by the Germans, so they've saved up enough for that. Ooh, Tiger tank will be able to one-shot the 85s, I think, but the 85s do have a good chance of penetrating it. Also, the 85s can capture territory. Not know that. Learn something new every day. I suppose it makes sense if it's considered a command tank. Excuse me. Just my chair. So it could soon get an IS-2 if they have the manpower, or they will have the fuel very shortly. Smoke shield from the pack. But Maxim still gets sight on them. So much of the map is evenly split, but the Soviets do hold the center, so they're getting a slight bit of a resource advantage. Not a big one, though. Ooh, and the Panzer Grenadiers don't want to fight against these Motor Guards. That's a lot of DPM. Blink Corp on the way. You don't want to walk into a Blink Corp, so it's good to see the Soviets are walking around it. Because Blink Corps are toxic. So they aim to destroy the sandbags. That's a lot of sappers being on repair duty. You could just have gotten them the repair team upgrade. That would have served the same purpose, really. You wouldn't have to need as many sappers too if you got the repair team upgrade. I think it's one of the unique upgrades. No, I think I've seen others get that. It's just a very good upgrade for them. Here's the T-34s. Heat shell loaded on one. Takes up most of the teams on the pack. One penetration there. A5 is going to be able to back off from it. Here's the Tiger tank. The Tiger. And Fontaine got suppressed. Oh, that's it. This 85 is going to die. Oh, it doesn't penetrate! The Tiger did not penetrate the front of the 85. I don't think 85 can get away. Oh, he didn't penetrate again! 85's just gonna keep going. Oh, the Tiger's gonna keep going, I think. Oh, it decides to fall back now. And the Soviets are getting an IS-2, which should be able to frontally fight the Tiger tank. High explosive loaded on that Maxim. And destroys the Maxim team entirely with its 85mm gun using a high explosive shell. Tiger 204 by looks of it. 304, my bad. Here's all the Sappers. None of them have gotten the repair team upgrade, which I really think would be a good idea at this point. Maxim is also pushing down here, forces the Panzer Grenadiers back. I think when the IS-2 hits the field, though, the Germans are going to be in trouble. Unless they have some that can stop the IS-2 somewhat. They do have the packs, but the packs have a very low chance of penetrating the front of an IS-2, I think. The command team is still running around. The command tank is still able to be crewed, actually. They're going to try and reman the pack? Looks like they are. .185, the Ace is ready. But the Tiger tank is pushing up. Motor guards get into positions. But all the machine guns are ripping into them. .85 needs to be very cautious here. It can outrange the Tiger tank. Oh, no penetration. That might be a dead Ace. Yep. That's the power of the 88. Ooh. Squad down now for the Germans. IS-2 is on the field. Also arriving in its winter camouflage with the nice red star on the top. Now, one thing they could do with the Sappers is give them Thompsons, which is a unique upgrade for the Sappers if you're playing as tank commander. Which makes them surprisingly good as assault infantry, actually. I think they want to try and kill the pack team. That's the dead pack team. There we go. Here's the IS. Which, when the Tiger tank sees that, it does not want to fight that frontally. Oh god. That was a wasted shot. It does have a very long reload rate though. 15 to 17 seconds. Compared to 7 to 8 seconds for the Tiger. Oh, that's not the distance they want to fight. Oh, they managed to get a Panzerfaust off though. Damaging the exhaust. The IS-2 could actually plan on moving up, I think. Service could almost get another T-34 actually. Yeah, Pan's gonna just don't want that fight. Lots of machine gun shots going out. Good shot from the 85, but doesn't really penetrate anything. IS-2 pushing up. Pack is nearby. Doesn't penetrate the front, which is very hard to do in an IS. You might want to plan to overrun that pack. Tiger tank is ready to fight though. Sappers being pinned. Do an MD4 to keep an eye on the open area. High explosive missed. Motor guards ready to move out again. One of them is actually veteran C5. Let's see what... The Soviets actually hold both fuel points. That's a big issue for the Germans. Because they have gotten their own mortar. Oh, Tiger tank's taking a shot. Penetrates. In just a gun of the IS-2 forcing it back. Oh, they have a flare, that's why they can see.
Yes, comrade.
Heat shield loaded.
T-34 here.
Oh, no heat shield apparently. Oh, it was heat shield. And it penetrated. That Tiger has to pull back for a while. I don't think it's going to move up this when the main gun is temporarily out of action. I suppose loaded, taking out the pack. And that Storm Grenadier might also die, yep. Good job, 85.
Jawohl, will do. IS-2 here.
All the staff is moving up to repair now. They could easily get the repair team upgrade. It's not that expensive, only 20. I think it's just an overall better thing to get for the sappers, in honesty.
Access to additional battlefield options.
Lots of smokes landing around. Max is still holding the southern point here, denying the Germans a way to move up. F1 has been recruited. Second Tiger tank being prepared. Border guards push for the center.
Unit ready.
And the SIS-2 is basically ready to move.
Prepare yourselves!
The F1 is back in action and indeed people are noticing it. The F1 lives!
Taking fire!
Oh, that's not gonna live for long. They're saying an IS-2 to end the terror of the F1.
T-34 under attack.
85 pushing up here.
Reporting. Awaiting command. T-34 crude loaded and ready. We need orders.
These motor guys at the center are getting a lot of work done with a double DPM. Second IS-2 coming out, so we're gonna have a brawl with very heavy tanks here in the streets. Ooh, 85. Oh, Tiger tank missed. That was moving alongside it. Oh yeah, the Tiger tank does not want that fight. It's very rare you have a case where the Germans don't want a heavy tank brawl. Mostly because the IS-2 is just such a good heavy tank for the Soviets. Lots of rifle shots going in here on the MG42 team. Because the Soviets are still getting suppressed too much. Here's the second Tiger. Ooh, and double Tiger might be enough to try and move up on the IS-2. They can surround it.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
IS-2 is pulling very far back. They also have an 85 for support still. High explosive load, that motor guard might die. Oh no, high explosive hit the wall. Very nice. Tiger tank is nearby. IS-2 almost could see him. Tiger tank is destroying the cover evidently. Was destroying the cover. Oh, they're pushing up now on the IS.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Oh, IS hit something else. Tiger tanks could have very easily killed 85 if they penetrated. But that 85 is dead. Yeah. Second IS-2 has arrived though, so we might have a heavy tank brawl here.
Enemy forces. We have lost the mortar crew. Heavy cavalry standing by. We have an isolated sector.
Ooh, grenade assault going into the sappers. They're gonna die. Mostly anyway.
Enemy forces are
IS-2s I think could start pushing up on the Tigers. So it's a very risky maneuver for either side to do. You don't want to be the ones to get the first shot here. Well, the Germans are securing the other flanks.
Enemy has cut off a
Soviets are running out of infantry here. cannot really hold their flanks that easily. The IS-2s really need to get into motion, I think. Good grenade assault. Taking out the Maxim.
One of our machine guns has been silenced.
Yeah, not Big Ops is definitely not in the best position right now, I think. Especially with the Tiger tanks just keeping an eye there. And flares going out. Here's the Sapper still moving ahead. Oh, no penetration there from the Tiger.
A squad of infantry has been
IS-2s are moving for it.
dead before retreat.
Tiger tanks just keep kiting. IS-2s are missing their shots.
Forces are capturing our supplies.
One penetration there. They're just missing their shots. Oh, it's not good for the ISs. And the flare really allows the Tigers to just keep sight on the ISs. Another penetration there. So it's just lacking vision on the Tigers. Ooh, now the ISS have side. Ooh, smoke pop because of that. As the Tigers know if the ISF has sight on them, they can easily get killed if a penetrating shot happens.
We are losing territory.
More guards died though. Oh, one Tiger almost down.
The sector has been cut off.
But if the Tigers penetrate either of these ISs, they die. Meanwhile, the Soviets have lost the entire southern flank. I think the Germans are in the upper hand here. And this is really where the repair team upgrade would be really handy, I think. Allow you to get these ISs up and operational very fast. Oh, those Panzergrenadiers have to pull back. And they die anyway to the grenade assaults.
Combat engineers are standing by.
And the Soviets are out of equipment. Oh, looks like we are getting experimental propellant here for the IS-2. Just gonna improve it even further. The F1 is back! It's back for revenge! Revenge with a vengeance! Who knew the F1 could be such a dangerous little beast? Tenacious, unbreakable, unstoppable. One might even call it invincible.
Assignment.
It did survive losing its engine after all. Till it being called in. It's gonna be 12 centimeter. Till we're called in, probably around here.
Send orders.
That's gonna be very dangerous for all those sappers because they're all bunched up and repairing.
Standing
That's gonna be a lot of damage. Not sure how much 12 centimeter will damage IS-2s though. All these sappers are definitely in jeopardy. They managed to dodge most of it. Oh, IS-2 took a penetrating shot from something. From the pack. Now the Tigers are gonna move in for the kill. And the Tiger can easily manage to back off in time before the IS-2 can aim its shots.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
So I think the Germans can just slowly kite down the ISs. There's a command panel for now, so this is going to be finished very soon. Good play from both sides, but I think the Soviets got a little bit one-track minded when we got to this point of the battle. Just lacking in infantry, just focusing on sappers.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
Oh, that's one IS down. IS did not penetrate. And the TIE gets the other one. And I just got a message on my phone.
Suffering vehicle loss.
At this point, the Soviets lose. I'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye-bye.